Daily Grizz. Today is November 3rd, 2015.
And my name is Kayla Matern. Please stand for a Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, and my name is Jake Finley. The weather for today, sunny with almost record-setting weather. The high will be 74 degrees and a low of 54 degrees. A beautiful week with highs in the 70s, with an exception of Friday with a chance of rain.
Good morning, my name is Ariana Mitchell. Today's lunch menu is orange chicken with rice, ravioli with garlic toast, vegetable blend, Asian rice, fresh cauliflower, and broccoli. Oranges, turkey Manhattan hot dog on whole grain bun, and a deli ham wrap. Fun fact, did you know the first Thanksgiving was in 1621? That's almost 500 years ago. Back to you, Isaac and Kaylin.
Now for the news. Sports. Today, the girls' basketball team takes on Shelbyville Middle School here at home at 5 p.m. Come cheer us on. Thursday, they travel to Triton Middle School. FCA this Friday. There is a FCA meeting at 7:15 a.m. Yearbook sales!
Yearbooks are on sale for $18. You can order online all the way to March or bring your form in with $18 cash or check made out to CVIS this Friday.
Robotics. If you got an interest in robotics, engineering, science, and technology, then you should consider joining the Robotics Club, which is after school until about 4:15. If your parents is knowledgeable and is willing to help, our club would greatly benefit from outside minds. Due to staff and resource limitations, we can only accept a limited number of students. The first meeting will be November 13th. Please fill out the form in the cafeteria and turn it into Miss Intriago or Mr. Mullis by November 6th.
Students, who doesn't love dismissal? All of us are ready to get home after a long school day, but dismissal can be a little crazy if you're not careful. This is not a time to rush around other students and try to pass others. Speed of traffic. We should all be moving at one walking speed. Do not attempt to pass other kids or even worse, push others out of the way. We will all make it out of the building safe and happy if we all move with the crowd instead of at our own pace. Thank you.
We have two more Into the Night stories. Please welcome Graham Brumley and Derek Muth.
I'm Graham Brumley. One dark night, a strong wind wandered through the deep forest. Snow dusted the ground. There was an earthy aroma in the freezing air. The harvest moon peeped out from behind gray clouds and gave the forest rays of light. Fog roamed through the dimly lit forest. The trees as tall as skyscrapers swayed side to side, and the last of the crimson leaves fall off. It was very peaceful. A coyote howls to break the silence. Others follow. I strolled through the pitch-black forest, searching for my missing dog. After an hour of searching, I think to myself, I am freezing. Suddenly, I saw a yellow bright light. Carefully, I went around a batch of trees and spotted a house. I sprinted up to the house and knocked on the door. An old lady with a wart on her nose greeted me, and she invited me to come in. I thanked her for her kindness. After I walked inside, I looked around. There were lots of books stacked taller than me along the walls. In the center of the room was a fire with a copper pot on top, and there were bones and skeletons in the pot. Ah! I raced toward the door, but the old lady stood in my way. Suddenly, she turned into a witch with green skin and a black hat. She used her wand and locked all the windows and doors. I was trapped. She chased me around the house, up the stairs, and around the room. After that, she chased me back down the stairs and into the kitchen where she cornered me. She grabbed my hand and she shoved me into a rusty cage. I shivered with fear as goosebumps covered my body. I looked for a way out, but I could not find any. Right when I was about to give up, I saw a key. I quickly picked it up and unlocked the cage. Silently, I walked toward the door. I was only a yard away when the floor creaked. Before I could blink, she raced over and put me back in the cage. I did the same steps as before, except I walked over the creaky board. She must have heard me because she suddenly turned me into a frog. Will I ever escape the old woman? Stop by the main hallway and read the rest of my story to find out.
My name is Derek Moot. One dark night, a chilling breeze drifted through the trees, forcing them to sway. The multicolored leaves descended to the ground, creating a slight crunch. Crickets chirped in unison, breaking the soundless night. The moon shined through the spider-like branches. Fog blanketed the ground and swept all throughout the damp forest. Jason sat by a bonfire with his friends, Gage and Josh, telling ghost stories until midnight's hour. The one story that truly scared Jason, they called it the Clay Monsters. The monsters looked as real as life, with every single ridge and curve in its place. They changed shape no matter how much larger or smaller the second form molded into. It spooked Jason, but his friends don't show any shivers. The longer Jason thought about it, the more tired he became. He shifted over on one side and poured a bucket of water over the bonfire, sending small sparks into the sky. A few minutes later, he heard the obnoxious snores of Gage and Josh. Soon, sleep also consumed him. Suddenly, he saw himself standing by the bonfire where Gage and Josh still slept. A dream, Jason thought. Then he heard a rustle in some bushes near him. Out popped a small monkey. Jason walked towards the little critter. Wait, it just changed shape. Slowly and truly, it changed form into... Jason awoke with a start. He quickly stood up and looked around. Everything's still here, he muttered. Bonfire, Gage, Josh, the sleeping bags, and the monkey. Just great. This time, Jason didn't just stand there. He ran. As fast as his legs carried him, he tore through the trees away from the grotesque sight of the colossal, drooling, clawing monster that chased Jason all the way down through the endless forest. Soon, Jason lost the gruesome clay monster. He stopped and took several seconds to breathe and wipe every single drip of sweat off his forehead. What did Old Man Rucker tell us? Beware the forest of hallucination. Suddenly, in the blink of an eye, a lot of animals came out from the underbrush. 5, 7, 10, 11 of them, and they all surrounded Jason. What else did Rucker say? The dark truth then came to him. No escape. The clay monsters started the fast trend from cuteness to monstrous. No escape. No escape.
That's the news for today. Join us tomorrow on the Daily Grizz.